Now at 9, since the pandemic started, more people are working from home and some companies have permanently switched to remote work. But now some employees are wondering if working from home full time could hurt their career growth. Joining us now with some tips to grow professionally, even if you are working from home, is workplace psychologist Dr. Mimi Hull. Mimi, good morning.
Good morning.
So how could working from home full time impact someone's career growth?
You know, one of the things it does is it cuts down on your visibility. You're not there, and there's that old expression that says out of sight, out of mind. And you don't make those informal connections. You know, we jokingly say about the water cooler and how important that is. Well, it really is. You know, even meeting people in the elevator, those impromptu meetings, not getting to have the opportunity to have a conversation with your boss where they might say to you, what do you think about thus and such? And you have an opportunity to show your knowledge and ability to be able to respond right away. And the other thing is you don't get what I call the informal coaching, you know, the opportunity to ask somebody, you know, hey, how did you handle this? Or what could I do better about this? So there's a lot of opportunities that are missed by not being physically present at the workplace.
That's a great point, and so much inspiration too. Sometimes you're inspired by some of your coworkers and that kind of feeds into it. What tips do you have to help boost at-home job success?
One of the most important things is let people know what you're doing. And I think that's so important, not just the amount of time that you're spending, but more importantly, what is it that you've accomplished? In other words, did you build a relationship with a customer and talk about that? Are there any problems that you've creatively solved? Did you handle a difficult customer well, or a client that maybe had been thinking about leaving, but you were able to retain them? The other thing is to be as present as you can. Like, for example, to show your face at all the virtual Zoom meetings. I jokingly say, but it's not a joke, don't zone out. Dress for the meetings. You know, there's an old adage that says, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I know it's easy when you're at home to not want to do that. And even if you just dress from the waist up, but let people see that you're looking professional so that they will literally see you in professional positions. Then think about the fact, what else can you do to create contacts by not being, even if you're not in the office? Look for opportunities, to connect with people.
And Mimi, you mentioned this, touched on it a little bit with the water cooler. So much of work is about social interactions. What about staying connected with your colleagues just from a social perspective?
Absolutely. Even if you make an informal phone call to someone, think about informal team building activities that you can and should attend. It might sound silly to sit there and say, okay, we're going to learn how to bake bread together. But just by being there, you're making connections, and that's a really important piece. Make a phone call. Just because you're at home, it doesn't mean you can't connect. Call your coworkers, call your manager, let them know that you're interested. If you have a good idea, share it. The other thing is to think about attending trainings, even if you have to attend them remotely. What can you do to improve yourself? And then let your supervisor know what you've done, how you've improved. Also, take time to ask your manager, what do you see as the areas that I need to be improving? How do you think I could grow professionally? And then listen to what they say and follow their ideas and get their advice and do it. And then report back to them that you've done it. Because, again, they're not seeing you at the trainings. They're not seeing you participating. So you've got to let them know in other ways.
Be proactive. Very good advice. Dr. Mimi Hull, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.